the key thing here is that those reciprocal tariffs that had been unleashed by the Trump administration, economists here are saying that the consensus is that fundamentally, the global economy with the shift in industrial policy has already changed, not just temporarily, but for the long term. And that's leading to that wait-and-see approach for many businesses as well. And amid the China-U.S. trade war, we know that there is this ongoing 90-day tariff truce and that framework agreement. But economists here also saying that ultimately, in the midst of this negotiation, it's a matter of whether China or the U.S. can withstand the pain of these heightened tariffs and greater protectionism more when it comes to negotiation. For the U.S. economy, we spoke to former chief economist of the World Trade Organization, Robert Koopman, and he said that also another factor is not just the tariffs that might shave off half to 0.75% of economic growth, but also the Trump administration's unpredictable policies, particularly when it comes to immigration and mass deportations, that could have a bigger impact on the U.S. economy, potentially leading to a 3 to 4% economic growth decline. Have a listen.
My analysis, if we end up with a average tariff of around 7 to 10%, is that it takes about 0.5 to 0.75% off U.S. economic growth momentum. Now, if you're growing at 2.5%, that's not a recession, right? That's a slowdown to, say, 2 to 1.8%. And there's lots of very dynamic elements of the U.S. economy that are not affected by these trade and tariff policies. But we are also cutting R&D expenditures. We're cutting a lot of uncertainty in other sectors. So I'm pretty concerned that we're going to have headwinds from tariff policy and headwinds from other policies that undermine economic growth. So while I'm not predicting a recession, I'm certainly predicting an economic slowdown, and the probability of a recession has increased pretty significantly.